The cargo bay of the Celestial Wanderer hummed with the familiar vibration of deep space travel. Massey adjusted the gravitational stabilizers for the third time that hour, his calloused hands moving with practiced precision. 3 months into the expedition, and he still couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching him. He wasn't wrong. Annie had been observing the human engineer since the day he'd stepped aboard the vessel. Her species, the Valoric, had studied humanity from afar for decades, but she'd never been this close to one, never shared the same recycled air, never heard the peculiar rhythm of their breathing, never witnessed the way their emotions played across their faces like storms on a turbulent planet. She found him fascinating, terrifying, even. The Valoric were a logical species, their society built on reason and calculated decisions. Humans, by contrast, were chaos incarnate. They felt everything so intensely, so recklessly. And Massey was the epitome of human contradiction. Strong yet gentle, intelligent yet humble, disciplined yet passionate about his work. Annie's luminescent skin flickered with shades of blue and violet as she approached him. Her 3-fingered hands clasped behind her back. Her people communicated as much through color as through words, and right now, she was displaying curiosity mixed with something she couldn't quite name. "Massey," she called out, her voice carrying the melodic quality of her native tongue. Filtered through the universal translator, he turned, wiping grease from his hands onto his already stained coveralls. "Annie, what brings you down to the cargo bay? Thought you'd be in the observation deck studying those nebula formations." "I was," she admitted, stepping closer, her large, almond-shaped eyes black as the void between stars fixed on him with unnerving intensity. "But I find myself distracted." Massey raised an eyebrow. In 3 months, he'd learned to read some of her color shifts. The purple currently swirling across her shoulders usually meant she was troubled. "Everything all right?" "That depends," Annie said, moving with fluid grace until she was directly in front of him. "On your answer to a question I need to ask." Before Massey could respond, Annie's hand shot out, pressing against his chest. The gesture was gentle, but firm. She guided him backward until his shoulders met the cold metal of the bulkhead. Her other hand came up to rest beside his head, effectively trapping him. Massey's heart rate spiked. He could feel it hammering against his ribs, and he knew Annie could sense it too. The Valoric had acute perception of biological rhythms. "Annie, what? How do you do it?" She interrupted, her face mere inches from his. Her skin flickered rapidly through shades of blue, purple, and now gold. "How do you humans live with it?" "Live with what?" Massey asked, genuinely confused, but also acutely aware of how close she was. How her alien scent reminded him of ozone after a lightning storm. "The fear," Annie said, and for the first time since they'd met, her voice wavered. "The constant, overwhelming fear of death. Your species is so fragile, Massey. Your lifespans are a fraction of ours. You can be broken by so many things: disease, injury, time itself. Yet you venture into space, you laugh, you sing. You risk everything for curiosity or principle or..." She paused, her colors shifting to a deep crimson he'd never seen before. "For each other." Massey stared at her, suddenly understanding. This wasn't about him personally. This was about humanity itself, the thing that both attracted and repelled other species. The HFY principle, as the crew jokingly called it. Humanity, fuck yeah. The inexplicable human tendency to persevere despite overwhelming odds. "We're afraid," Massey said quietly. "All the time, actually." Annie's colors flickered with surprise. "Then how? We do it anyway," he continued. "Fear doesn't mean stop. For us, fear means something matters enough to be scary. My grandfather used to say that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's deciding that something else is more important than the fear." Annie's hand remained pressed against his chest, feeling the steady rhythm of his heart. "But why? Why not choose safety? Why not extend your lives, make yourselves less vulnerable?" "Because that's not living," Massey said, a small smile tugging at his lips. "Annie, your people might live for centuries, but how much of that time is spent actually living? We have maybe 80, 90 years if we're lucky, so we pack in as much as we can. We love hard, we dream big, we take risks that would make a Valoric council member faint." Annie's colors swirled rapidly: confusion, understanding, and something else. It's illogical, completely, Massey agreed. But it's also what makes us human. For a long moment, Annie remained where she was, her alien eyes searching his face for something. Then, slowly, she stepped back, her hands falling to her sides. I envy you, she admitted, her skin settling into a soft silver. And I fear for you. Both at once. That's the thing about humans, Annie. We make you feel a lot of things at once. It's kind of our specialty. Annie's colors shifted to warm gold amusement. He'd learned. The expedition ends in 3 months. Then you return to Earth, and I return to Velar Prime. Yeah, Massey said. Something heavy settling in his chest. That frightens me too, Annie said softly. This feeling of not wanting something to end. Is this what you humans call caring? Massey pushed off the wall and stepped closer to her. Yeah, Annie, that's exactly what it is. Her colors rippled with understanding. Then I think I'm beginning to comprehend why you face fear so readily. Some things are worth it. Some things, Massey agreed, are always worth it.